My name is Andrea Gogova. I'm interested in interspecies communication, but based on water. On water are based most the living processes on the earth. It is a medium of inter and interaction of organisms in micro and micro scale, and also of mineral parts. In the art science research, interspecies communication is related to water body figuration with the possibility to mediate the communication between all bodies of water to better understanding water-based life on the planet. The research comes out from the thesis of structural coupling, symbiosis, agential cut, a fluid from mathematics and also philosophic perspective and transient pattern. And it is the recurrent interaction of unit and medium, which is reflected in a patterned cognition and communication of autopoietic complex, which was described by Maturana and Varela as structural coupling. Then embodied recurrent interaction of organism also between an environment result in cognitive communicative transient pattern. Then part between as symbiosis shape themselves and co-produce environment and also vice versa. That is symbiotic principle. Symbiosis is inevitability of life, inter and interaction of organic mineral environment coexistence, cohabitation, and co-creation of environment and principle making with. Symbiotic principle of evolution of living system, where the notion of evolutionary changes is crucial, hacked by symbiotic transfer, lateral mixing, cross-species contamination, and varied life. How we can describe the common pattern principle of water-based communication? Is possible by models, but from my point of view, are most important these principles. This is the principle which was described Deleuze and Cash, objective, is an object which is not yet defined by its essential form, but becomes the pure functionality. And also phenomenology of water bodies, which was described by Astrid and Neymanis. These are differentiation agency of water-based interface of communication. Differentiation agency make a cut of what could be understandable by the water-based interspecies communication. Here we have an example of a procedural model of communication, which was described by Philip Boortz as an example of machine-mediated embodied interaction of unit environment correlation, human-machine-human communication. Environment is digital space and culture, hardware is interface, and transient pattern relates to human-machine correlation of binary code, texton, and that of text as scriptons. Here is the second example, which is example of a natural microscopic network, where water as medium of interconnectivity is. So, code is principle of human-machine communication. What could be principle of water-based communication? It doesn't matter. It is on biologic or mineralogic level. So I found hydrogen bonds as the principle, but 0-1 binary system of connected and unconnected is not enough. So there could algorithm based on interval from 0 to 1, but they are not binary system, but they are complex numbers. So from the binary system, I started to think about relation to Riemann sphere, and also connection with quantum physics. And there is possible to think about Euclidean space, for example, of stereographic projection. Water-based communication, then communicative pattern of each communicative bodies of water relates to its agency. The agency relates to agency of water body figures caused by embodied interactivity, which are constituting new and reconfiguring systems in the concept of matter agential realism as pattern knowledge of water-based communication. This principle of shaping the matter is a process of performative material practices which would configure figures and its transient pattern of communication to generate vision of the artwork based on molecular dynamic and relation with complex number and complex plane geometry. For example, Riemann Bloch sphere. Then artwork body of water is based on the gathering data from molecular research and a random intrusion of pollution, noises, and the other, then will be organized by fluid agency. In the context of emotionally built artwork practices will be used approach, for example, as stereographic projection, the process related to interaction of all bodies of water, which generate emotional actualization of water body artwork. A reading artwork essence is put in the middle of analytical and intuitive aesthetic value of artwork, as described Philip Boss also. In conclusion, because with a binary approach, I cannot contain the principle of interconnectedness of water bodies, empathy and sensitivity are still part of the approaches as vitalistic and holistic and sympathetic principle, according to which communication works. We all, as bodies of water, can interact in the water body holobiont. We are all equal in the emotional-based empathy communication possibility and understanding our common human and more than human and also non-human and what described as my previous presenter, water-based life. So here is an example of my exhibition where I try to interact with water bodies that was minerals, and I embodied interaction with wet environment of Atlantic coast rock, river, water mud, salty wetland, and my walking and climbing body. I try to find communicative space with hydrated minerals. In the superposition of all that recorded feeling and interaction with Atlantic water, I made hybrid holographic records of transient pattern of the communication. So here is one. Oh, sorry, there is not. And here is the. I don't know if it works. I can ask to. Here it is, perfect. So that is the transient pattern, and there was interaction of every noises from that place, and my feeling, and sensibility, what I record to the media art. So here we can some kind of hybrid position of in between the digital and water body. Also, we can go a little bit up, stop, and then back. So there is not possible, I think, that to. I would like to push the up. No, there is not possible. Could you put the link there, if it is possible, or click on the. Oh yeah, thank you. So this is the principle of which, the short principle of which I work in the work. I try to find the sensibility through the feeling and also through the analytic system. So I collect the material and observe it in the microscopic scale, and also try to sensitively interact with the mineral body. So there was 6 the position of how I interact, and then translate it to the digital position. This is only one of them, and there are the other ones. And what is the shape? I wanted to go through the video in some sequences, but there is not possible. So it will be a little bit long, I think so. But there are also symbolicism of carbon-based rocks, which are on that Atlantic coast, and it is in connection with the geometric shape of that hybrid interface. So for it, there is 6 number repeated in every kind of that research. So thank you very much.